Hey guys, Alex from 7th Hour Films back again with Attack on Titan. Last time on Attack on Titan, we had No Regrets Part 2, where we saw Levi's mission in joining the Scouts, which was to kill Commander Erwin for a noble he was trying to out as corrupt and terrible. And in that, he and Farlan and Isabel all went on their first scouting mission. And for two of them, it was their first and last scouting mission, unfortunately. As, yes, Farlan and Isabel unfortunately died to a Titan, and Levi went absolutely ape on that Titan and completely murdered it. And Erwin revealed that he knew about Levi's true purpose in being there the whole time, and he told Levi not to regret anything that he had done, because that would affect his future decisions and it would basically ruin him. And Levi decided to follow those words and has no regrets. So yeah, it was a damn good episode and really just superb all the way around. And yeah, we are moving on. It's been a couple of weeks, I know, but we are moving on to OVA number 6 today. Which is pretty awesome. I'm very interested to see where we are going in this one. So yeah. Like always, the reaction is down in the description and in the pinned comment for your viewing pleasure. So let's go ahead and jump right into this OVA of Attack on Titan. Here we go. My eyes are driving me nuts. Dude, I freaking love these OVAs. Holy crap. Like, you know, there's something to be said about these OVAs that okay, I don't want to make any too big statements like, oh, I think this is better than the real show. No. But I really like these. Like, we only have 2 more after this. And honestly, that's kind of unfortunate. I could go for a whole season of side stories, honestly. Like, I don't know, just the ins and outs of the military, you know, between the Scouts and now the MPs. Like, I really like it, you know? This is nice. And, I mean, let's be honest, it's an episode about Annie. I friggin' love Annie. Annie's kind of one of my favorite villains we've had, which I guess we do have to kind of classify her as a villain. I mean, she's sort of the end villain of Season 1, you know? I feel like we have to classify Annie as a villain. She's kind of been my favorite. And let's be honest, I'm going to be honest with myself, because I've been re-uploading the Attack on Titan videos to Internet Archive, because I'm backing up all my videos. And I went through all of Season 1, and honestly, like, that first fight between Annie and Eren is hands down the greatest Titan fight in the entire series. But I like this. I like this, that, you know, it's Annie out on an investigation, you know? And good on this for showing a different facet of the military police, you know? Because we never see this, you know? I feel like I kind of forget that they are military police, you know? Like, yeah, they're not going out and killing Titans, but there is work to be done, you know? There is work to be done by the military police. It's just a matter of, do they get off their butts and do it? And Annie got off her butt and started doing stuff, you know? Okay, so this is the day before the 57th Exterior Scouting Mission. That, first off, that's just crazy. That we're getting a story about Annie! I freaking love Annie! Oh. But yeah, but it's the day before, and she has to think of something. And I like how, yeah, why is she in her uniform? Because she has to distract herself, you know? because she is tough, but something like, the death of Marcel, not Marcel, well, maybe Marcel, but the death of Marco, the death of Marco, that honestly eats at her, that haunts her, Everything that she has done honestly can haunt her, And that's sort of the thing I like about Annie. And you kind of get this a bit with Bertolt, too. And a bit less with, I was going to say a bit less with Rhina, but then you get to season 4, and then it's like, oh, no, there it is. But it's the guilt. I really like that these are, they're so young. At this age, at this point in the timeline, they're 15, And we learn later on that they got their Titans at a young age, They got their Titans at a young age, and honestly, even with everything, even if they believed, any... Spoiler alert for Season 4. But even if they believed any of the dogma, the propaganda of Marley, after a while, it does wear on them. And it's kind of why, honestly, the three of them, Annie, Rhina, and Bertolt, they've kind of been more compelling than Zeke. Zeke is just a fucking nut job. Like, he's interesting, and he's an interesting strategist, but he's also a fucking nut job, and he's gotten his ass kicked by Levi twice, Whereas Annie, especially Annie, I feel like even more than Rhina and Bertolt, Annie definitely feels, just the fact that she does keep everything so contained, She keeps everything so contained, and she has always been, separate from everyone else. And, where Rhina and Bertolt, yes, they do feel more like friends. Annie, honestly, she was friends, but even though she never let herself get too close, it still destroys her that she has to do this. But, honestly, that makes it almost all the more interesting that she does keep everything under control. And probably under control a lot better than Rhina and Bertolt ever did. But her keeping it under control, honestly, compartmentalizing her emotions and everything is just so crazy, but so interesting. So Annie's kind of always been my favorite of our turncoats, And yeah, so first off, getting a two-parter. Now, I actually don't know. I think this is a two-parter, but I might have actually seen that this is a three-parter. I'm not sure. I don't know how long this goes. At the very least, it's 2 parts. So we at least know that. But yeah, getting even just a two-parter that's all about Annie, I am so down for that. But yeah, but she keeps her uniform on. She does, she is keeping herself busy because she cannot let herself think about what she has to do to the scouts. What she's going to have to kill so many people and then capture Aaron. She has to do this, She has to do this shit. And it is rough. It is so rough. But then fucking Hitch, goddammit, where, first off, you gotta, I guess, maybe credit to Hitch. I'm not sure if this is credit or not. She's kind of a bro. She's kind of a bro where it's like, hey, tomorrow I've got something to do. I need you to tell them that I'm sick. And Hitch is like, okay, but you owe me one. Weirdly enough, maybe they're about as much friends as Annie was with anyone else in the cadets. Maybe, I guess. But I do kind of like that. And yeah, Hitch has her questions, like, okay, well, why don't you just go do your business today? And it's like, well, I just can't. It has to be tomorrow. But Hitch doesn't press her any further, really, But I do kind of like that. But now Annie owes her one. And that is finding Carly Stratman, which is interesting. So, we had the conversation with Carly's father, which was a very interesting conversation of, I mean, yeah, it's like they always find time to eat dinner together, but that's it. Other than that, they are basically not a part of each other's lives, which is interesting. Now, of course, yes, obviously, he's hiding something. He's hiding important details from Annie. But I like that, and the whole thing of, she has money, and he says, I don't care if she fritters her life away and stuff, and from that, Annie figures out, she's a drunk. She goes to the tavern and stuff like that, and it's like, okay. So that's how she figures out where to go. But that was all very, very interesting, And again, fucking Annie. I love Annie so much. And yeah, just her going out being a fucking detective is so interesting. Man, I'd fucking suck in the military police. At least trying to do this shit. Like, I'm not fucking smart. I wouldn't have pieced that together. But fucking Annie. She's so fucking smart. So yeah, that was really, really interesting. Just everything about that conversation I really liked. And he did, now there was also another, sus thing was, whoever else showed up to this guy's house, and then he got a note and then burned it, and it's like, okay, that's got to come back at some point, But yeah, so that was really, really interesting. And then she goes over to the pub, which was interesting. And again, I love watching this girl kick ass. Like, it's just so amazing watching her kick some grown man's ass, It's like, which honestly, that's also the other part that I really love about Annie. She's really fucking dangerous, Fucking, like, Armin was able to beat Bertolt. Armin and Aaron beat Bertolt. Aaron has repeatedly kicked the shit out of Reina, and Levi has repeatedly kicked the shit out of Zeke. But Aaron beating Annie is honestly a fluke. Like, it was a fluke that he was able to beat her at Stohess, And yeah, the first time he got his ass kicked. So that's the thing. Like, the fact that she is that fucking dangerous is so crazy, So yeah, which honestly, I mean, I really like that. Honestly, it's like, so the guys of Marley always get their asses kicked because, Porco gets his ass kicked too in season 4. But then you get Annie and Peak, and they're so fucking brilliant. Peak, yes, may not be as, she doesn't have as much combat being the cart titan, but she is so fucking smart, and Annie's so fucking smart. I just love the two of them, But anyway, so she goes to the pub, which was interesting, and I love her, threatening the guys with, with prison and stuff, and the whole thing of, illegal drugs. And honestly, I feel like that really does expand the world. It's like, here's illegal drugs. Like, cool. Like, that's interesting. All right. Illegal drugs. And so they normally drank with Carly. And then just one day, this guy pulls out... now, the way they specifically said it, was it codeine or something? And that's when she freaked out. But they said, well, I mean, we've done drugs in front of her before and she never freaked out. So it must be something specific about this drug in particular, It's got to be something about this drug in particular. Who knows? Maybe the drug fucked her up, Maybe that could be it. Maybe it's not even that she was pissed about this drug, but that the drug fucked her up, I wonder if it's going to be something... Titan related, And especially because when they looked at Kempfer, the fact that he was all like... He was dead, but he was all fucked up too. That maybe it's something like that. It's some fucked up Titan drug thing or something. But that doesn't make sense because the other guy in the pub was taking it too, and he wasn't all screwed up. So I don't know. I'm not sure about that. But yeah, so her lover, Camphor, is dead. And yeah, so now it's interesting, he seemed to have a whole thing of these drugs, and there were 2 glasses there. So presumably Carly was there. He took the drugs. Maybe he died. She pushes him under there, and then, she pushes him under the bed and bails, basically. That could be it, but we still don't know why. Is it that they both used the drugs and it screwed them up? Is it just that, he had a bad reaction to it? Maybe he just OD'd. Maybe he just OD'd and she freaked out, and that's why she freaked out at the others too? I'm not sure. I'm not really sure. Maybe it's all some, crazy plot. That'd be interesting. But I don't know. But they also mentioned, was it the guy with the false eye? That he had a red prosthetic eye, which is interesting. Yeah, I don't remember what the significance of that was. Yeah, an underworld goon. Fancy suit and an artificial eye. Okay, so there was an underworld goon sniffing around about this. I mean, maybe they were test subjects for the drug, or maybe they were supposed to be pushing this drug. Maybe they were drug dealers. I honestly love this idea of Breaking Bad, but it's Attack on Titan, honestly. Hold on. Okay, I got a text. We're all good. But yeah, I love this idea of it's basically Breaking Bad, except instead of Hank Schrader trying to find Heisenberg, it's fucking Annie Leonhardt. Like, that is so cool. But yeah. So, clearly we're going to get more about that guy. And yeah, maybe it's that Carly bailed after Camphor died. And then she went there, saw they had that drug, freaked out, and then bailed again, basically. And that's when she disappeared. And there's something to do with this man with the man with the false eye who's sniffing around. Maybe it's even like they stole it or something. Like, maybe their competition. Again, Breaking Bad. It's like, Combo selling on someone else's turf. Maybe it's something like that. I don't know, but yeah, it could be. But that's very, very interesting. I am so involved in this story, and yeah, it's like, here's this entire interesting story, and it's Annie. Like, this would not be working if this was, like, Aaron or someone else. Like, no. We have to get someone actually smart here, It's like we took... I mean, Annie, let's just face it, Annie is Armin's brains and Mikas's brawn put together. Like, actually, yeah, that's a good way of describing Annie. That's what makes her so lethal. It's Armin's brains and Mikas's brawn. And yeah, she's dealing with, like... Are we gonna see, like, anime Gus Fring at some point? I'd love that. Like, I don't know. Are we gonna see, like, this kingpin or something, or a crime lord that Annie has to take on? I don't know, but I really love this episode. Man, these OVAs are so good, Like, I just love it. I just love it. I wish there were more. I want, like, 100 more side stories in this world, But yeah. But that is basically all I got for this one. Good episode, and I'm interested to see where we are going next time. So that is basically it. With all that being said, I'm Alex from 7th Hour Films, and I will see you guys next time. Take care. Alright guys, thanks for watching this video. There's a bunch of links on screen if you want to go click around to any of those. There's a playlist for all of my Attack on Titan reactions, as well as another video you can go click on if you want. There's also a subscribe button and a Patreon button on screen, as well as other links in the description if you want to go check out any of those. See you guys later.